Hey guys, welcome back to the game room. I'm so happy to have you here. Today I have 9 more game pickups for you. It was my birthday recently, so a lot of these were gifts, and I'm excited to share them with you. But first, we need to do that $100 giveaway. So cut to me in the future. Thank you, past me, for that wonderful and eloquent introduction. It was done very masterfully. So guys, we still have this $100 that we have to give away. I have heard from so many people out there around the world, I mean all around the world, that have entered into this contest, and everybody has been absolutely friendly and supportive and positive, and it's been so nice, and it has enriched my life so much. So I want to enrich your life. Let's give away this money. The winner of the contest is Julius Arambulo, all the way from the Philippines. So Julius, I hope this money helps you. I'm going to get it your way. I'm going to message you as soon as this video goes live, and we'll figure out how to get this to you. So guys, what did we learn from all of this? We learned a lot. We learned that people all over the world are struggling and having a hard time. We learned that there are plenty of people out there with kind and good hearts that really want to do good in this world and just help the people around them. We also learned that there are a lot of people that like to enter into free giveaways. I never knew that was a thing, but apparently there's a huge community behind it, and that's totally cool. That's your thing. I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. But once again, thank you so much, guys, for all the support. It's been really amazing communicating with all of you, and I've really enjoyed getting to know the new subscribers and having all the messages on Facebook and Twitter. So let's just dive right into this video. Congratulations to whoever won. I'm very happy for you, and I hope this $100 goes a long way to making your life better, or at least more interesting. So congratulations once again. The first game I have for you guys is a PS5 game, and it was a birthday present to me. It's from Supermassive Games, who does the Dark Pictures Anthology series, as well as Until Dawn. I was a huge fan of Until Dawn, and I've liked a lot of their stuff. It's been hit or miss. I did play a game of theirs recently that's going to be coming up in a future video that kind of burned me, where I had the game crash and corrupt my save like 15 minutes before the end of the game. So I'm real sore about that. But this game I'm excited about, and it looks pretty cool, and that's the Quarry. I think this is like a spiritual successor to the Until Dawn game, and it's got David Arquette in it and some other interesting actors, and as the back of the box touts that it's 9 teenage counselors are in trouble and something stalking them. Sounds right up my alley. I love it. I'm really looking forward to playing this one. If you follow me on Twitter or Facebook, this next game, you'll know my feelings about it. I have been railing about it, and I am very upset with Capcom over the situation. This was not a birthday gift. I paid for this with my hard-earned money, and I waited like over a year for this to come out. And that's Resident Evil Village Gold Edition. And the reason I waited for this was because I wanted all of the DLC and all of the patches included on the disc. And they tend to do that with the Gold Edition. So I waited around for this to come out and delayed playing the game as much as I wanted to make sure I had a complete copy. Unfortunately, Capcom decided not to do that. Instead, this is just the base game that came out with no patches, and all the DLC is just download vouchers, just paper download vouchers in here. So this is really no different than just buying the original game when it came out and just purchasing the DLC online, which makes this Gold Edition really pointless for a collector. It's not gold, it's not complete, it's just repackaged original version of the game that they decided to mark up and include some DLC. So I'm very disappointed in Capcom for doing this, and I've made my feelings known to them. I have messaged them on Twitter and Facebook to let them know how disappointed I am and how disappointed a lot of people are. I've even posted reviews on Amazon trying to steer people away from this, and I've gotten a positive response for that. A lot of people are shocked that Capcom would have done this. Because on Resident Evil 7 Gold, it had like the final version on disc with all of the patches and the DLC, and really cool for a collector. But they let me down so hard about this, and I can't remember a time I've been so disappointed in a release as this. This next one is one I picked up just on a whim. I saw somebody talking about it on a Facebook post on a Shmups collector one, and it's kind of like a homebrew, but it's a modern game released for the Game Boy Color, and it's Wing Warriors. So if I can get that in focus here. There you go. But this is supposed to be like a shmup on the Game Boy Color, and it looked pretty decent. It came from Incube 8 Games. You can go order it online now. It was about $35 before shipping. Kind of expensive for a Game Boy Color game, but I wanted to support the developers, and I love shmups. I'm excited to dive in and try this one. I haven't had a lot of good luck with shmups on the Game Boy or the Game Boy Color, but this one looks to be pretty good, and so I'm excited to dive into this and let you guys know what I think about it. Up next, guys, we have another PS5 game and another birthday gift. And I haven't played the first game in this series. I think it was on the 3DS or the DS. But it is part of the Shin Megami Tensei series, which, in case you didn't know, that's Devil Summoner and Persona and all that sort of stuff. And I'm a big fan of those games. So I was happy to get this one, and it's Soul Hackers 2. It got some pretty decent reviews from what I've seen, and it looks a lot of fun. It kind of looks like the rest of the other Shin Megami Tensei games, and that it's just kind of like a JRPG where you collect monsters to fight alongside of you. It's kind of got that Pokemon thing going on, which, I mean, it's a tried and true formula, but this one looks pretty cool. I like the dark sort of atmosphere that the Atlas games have, and it really appeals to me. And I love the Persona games, and I've played some of the other Shin Megami Tensei games, and I'm excited to have this one in the collection. We have another birthday gift. This one's on the Switch, and this one I was excited about when they announced it, and I kind of like forgot about it. It sat on my wish list for a long time until my wife decided to purchase it for me for my birthday. But that is Triangle Strategy. Looks like a pretty cool, maybe tactical RPG, and I love tactical RPGs, and it has that really nice, kind of 16-bit tilt-shifted look that Octopath Traveler had, which is really appealing to me, and I know Square Enix has leaned really hard into that. It seems like every new game has that look, and that's fine with me. I think it looks great. Excited to jump into a tactical RPG again. Final Fantasy Tactics is one of my favorites and really made me fall in love with the genre, and I'm hoping that I can find one day that lives up to that standard. So far, it's been hit or miss. Here's another birthday gift from my wife, once again on the Switch, once again from Square Enix, and once again has that 16-bit tilt-shifted look to it. And that's Live Alive, or Live Alive, or Live Alive. I think Live Alive sounds the best, but I'm pretty sure that's not right. Anyway, this is like a legendary RPG in Japan, and we never got it released here. It was originally on the Super Famicom. But it looks like it tells the story of like 8 different characters from different points in time, and the gameplay changes between them. So one will be like a stealth ninja kind of RPG, and one will be a caveman RPG, and the other will be like a futuristic sci-fi RPG, and I think maybe they all meet up at some point. I'm not sure, but this one I was not really very interested in until a bunch of reviewers I really liked, like Happy Console Gamer and a few others mentioned how much they really were impressed with this. So I had to add it to the wish list, and fortunately my wife picked it up for me for my birthday, and I'm really looking forward to this one. It just looks very charming and fun and lighthearted, which, I mean, perfect, right? What else could you want in an RPG? And hopefully it's not super long. These 40 to 60 to 80 to 120 hour RPGs can really weigh you down when you work on them forever. So looking forward to this one. Up next, we have another Switch game for you. This one was not a birthday present. I bought this one with my own money. It came from Fangamer, and this one was on my watch list when it came out digitally, and I waited like years for a physical version to come out, and it finally did, and I could not add it to my cart and buy it fast enough. It's another tactical game, and by many accounts is considered to be one of the best ever and almost like a perfect game. I don't know if that can really be true, but I'm excited to see, and that's Into the Breach. Like I said, this game looks amazing. I've wanted to play it for a long time. I watched streamers play it a lot when it came out, but I kind of eventually like cut myself off because I didn't want to spoil the game for myself in case it ever did get a physical release or in case I ever had a chance to play it. And I'm thrilled about this. I was looking forward to it for a long time. And the fact that it got a physical release is just icing on the cake. So this one I might have to go out of my way to kind of to have moved up on the backlog list. There's some things I can do to earn myself a pick your own game to play. I might have to do it for this one. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, guys, we're down to the last two games. This one's a PS4 game, and it just released, and it's the second sequel to a game I played last October. And it's a survival horror series that follows, or at least the first game followed a young girl, maybe like a 5-year-old, around her Japanese village, and spirits chased her. And it was a pretty scary experience. That game was released on the Nintendo Switch in a compilation pack with the first and the second game, and it became very difficult to find and very expensive, like over $100 for a game that was less than a year old. And it took me a while to find it. And once I did, I was happy to play it. And I played the first game. I still need to play the second game. But the third game is Yomawari, Lost in the Dark. Is that right? Lost in the Dark? Yes, Lost in the Dark. So this one looks pretty cool. I wouldn't say I was a huge fan of the first game. I liked it a lot. I thought it was like a 7 or 8 out of 10 kind of game. I really liked the idea of it, but I thought some of the mechanics were a little frustrating. And I've heard that those were kind of improved upon in the second game and possibly this one. But I had such a hard time finding the first two games that I went ahead and just dove in and purchased this one. I got it off Amazon, and I used my Amazon reward points for it, so it was free. So I couldn't pass it up. But these are really cool. If you like survival horror games and you want like a different kind of isometric view and that's a little bit different, these are a lot of fun if you can get your hands on them. So I would recommend them. They're kind of a breath of fresh air when a lot of these survival horror games kind of start feeling a little samey. I talk about games feeling samey and how that's like a bad thing, but this game is touted as being good because it's so samey to the games that inspired it. So this is another birthday gift from my wife, and it's on the PS5. And for some reason I glossed over this game when it came out. I didn't realize what it was. I thought it was like a perpetual online sort of horror game where it's like you against your buddies, or maybe it was something like Left 4 Dead where it's your buddies against the computer or whatever. But it turns out it's like an old school survival horror game a la the original Resident Evil. And that's Tormented Souls. It looks pretty cool. I mean, reading the back of the box, it says classic survival horror is back. That caught my eye. And because I love like the first Resident Evil game, especially the remake, it's such a good game. It's fantastic. And I miss that sort of wandering around the spooky mansion, solving puzzles and, fighting zombies. Those styles of games are so much fun. They're almost like a Metroidvania. And my favorite part of those games isn't really the horror. It's exploring around the mansion or the surrounding areas and solving the puzzles and just soaking up the atmosphere. I think that's great. And I really like the inventory management sort of feel about it. And I like how, you can, like I said, it was like a Metroidvania. You can explore different areas as you unlock better weapons or more items, things like that. And so I'm hoping this one kind of falls into that category. This modern take on survival horror where you're just helpless and something's chasing you and you have to run and hide. That's kind of wearing thin for me. That's where most survival horror has been for the last few years, and I'm ready to move on. I like to explore in these games, and it's hard to explore when something's chasing you all the time. It takes away a lot of the enjoyment for me. So maybe this will add some enjoyment back into my life. Well, there you go, guys. That's 9 more games added to the collection. The backlog's getting even bigger and bigger. I'm trying to play through some stuff, but it's hard to find time these days. You know how it goes. Anyway, thank you again so much for watching. There are new videos every Saturday. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That's the best way to help the channel. And congratulations to whoever won the $100 giveaway. I'm very happy for you, and I hope it goes a long way to adding some enjoyment into your life. So thanks again, guys, and I'll see you next time.